Hello everyone, I am Dr. Basaraj Dubaki, Professor Head Department of Kaya Chikitsa. I am heading the Manas Rogo unit at KLEU Hospital, that is Manas Ayurveda Mental Health Center. So today I will be discussing about the Mana Pariksha. You know, Mana is one of the key important component in the health as well as diseases. So just we'll brief out regarding what is the concept of Mana to some extent, and directly we'll jump into Mana Pariksha as per the Ayurvedic information available. So when you look into functioning of Mana, so we know that, see, the Mana is again Dhyanasya Bhava Bhava Echa, and in the Artha Sannikarsha Evacha. That is again, it is a principal component of the, so whenever we are getting a Dhyana Bhava as Bhava. And it's also responsible for maybe like the connectivity between Indriyartha to various subcomponents of the Atma, like maybe like even the Mana, Buddhi and so on and so forth. And also it's responsible for, so like again the various Arth, Chintya, Vichara, Vaidya, Sankalpa and so on and so forth. And it is a key component of Swanigra. That is the Niyamana Shakti is also to the Mana. And of course it's also responsible for Nidra and the Swapna. And just brief, and also we consider the Mana as the Ekatva, Anutva and so on and so forth. So now with these brief components, we'll come to, so what is the need for Mana Pariksha and what are its scopes that is required in the present day, in the both for the physicians as well as to the patient community. So when you look into the Mana, so maybe from the health science perspective, so of course when you look into Manovadis, like we have Umada, Pasmara, various the Manovata Vadis, so this Mana Pariksha plays a key important role. And when you look into the other diseases, so where we have the Mana as a Pradhana in the Sharira Vadi, like we have the Agantujara, Bayasara and so on, so Shokasara, etc. So where Mana is one of the key important factor for the development of the various somatic diseases or the Sharira Vadi. So even if you look at the other way, so in the Sharira Vadi also, so where Mana can play an important role, so where the Sharira Vadi can produce the Manavata Lakshanas, like we have Brahma, Murcha, Sannyasa, Sandhyanasha and so on and so forth. And so this Mana can be one of the important factors in various Ateka as well as Circalnavadi. Ateka Vadi also, so there is acute fear, so that can produce various kinds of the Manavata Lakshanas, maybe like autonomic functions and so on and so forth. And in Circalnavadi, of course, so in all the Circalnavadis we have Vata environment, so also the Mana environment. So like again, most of we are going to get the depression and other components with any kind of chronic diseases. So and even also in case of Asadhyavadi, so like where we have so like Arbuda, etc. So various Asadhyavadis also will be a part of Circalnavadis. So there also the patients learn to have so various kinds of psychological derangements, and cumulatively the patient have multiple manifestations. And even when you look into the mental strength, so there's on the basis of Mana, Pravara, Madhyama, or etc. So on the basis of Mana Bala, so we have the Guru Vaidita and Lagu Vaidita. So where even for the Uttama Bala Yukta Mana, the Guru Vaidita can become Lagu Vaidita, or otherwise the vice versa, in which Lagu Vaidita can become Guru Vaidita if the person is of our Satwa. And of course in various therapeutic procedures. So this is a psychological assessment is very much required. So like in case of, say example, the fitness for Panchakarma. So again we look into or fitness for Shastra Karma or any other the therapies, we look into the strength of Mana. So because this plays a very key important role in so like again the therapeutic adherence, compliance and other factors. So when you look into so like again maybe today, so we just will look into the various attributes of Mana Pariksha, where all the things has to be done. So like again we have maybe the gross comprehensive assessment of Mana Bala on the basis of what is told by Charaka. So the Pravara, Madhyamavara, that's one component you can do. Or we can even look into so various subconcepts of Mana Pariksha, like we have the Ashtabrahma, Mana, Buddhi, Samdhyana, Bhakti, Sila, Cheshta, Achara, Vibrahma. So this is what is told in context of the Ulmada, Pratyatma Lakshanas. So also we can do so like again the Pariksha of Manobhavas, and even we can go for the contemporary assessment of mental status examinations. And Prakriti, that is we can do the Prakriti assessment, both the Sharirika as well as Manasika. So because the Sharirika Prakriti also have the Manasika attributes, so also the Manasika Prakriti also have so both the Manasika as well as Sharirika attributes. And of course, so again the Sara, Satwa Sara, so again when you look into the Hatu and Sara, so they also have so like again attributes in case of the Managala, the symptom of this. So one way, we know that we have the Bala, Madhyama and Jeevana. So we have so like Smriti, Meda, Virya, so etc. Various Managala attributes also do change the way. And of course with the Vadis, again depending upon the various states of Vadi, maybe like acute, or maybe like chronic, or maybe like Ateka, so also we have these components. And also like in general for the mental health screening in case of the Swastha, maybe like again we can look into what is his level of the Managata, so like Charya and Bala, by looking into his level, looking into Acharasana, so he's looking into Sadrupta, he's looking into, so like again socialization, like again what Charak has told to be Yogya Vyakti, Ayogya Vyakti, again, etc. And maybe like again the other Pradnya Parada, other factors we can look into and look at this. So coming on to the first component, that is the Manabala Pariksha. So how the gross assessment can be done? Maybe at the like for even the features of non-psychiatric based, or for a general gross assessment the Charak has mentioned. It's like again we have the Mana assess on the basis of Pravara, Madhyama and Avara. So Pravara is again, so this is on the basis of again the Pravara Satwa is again on the basis of the various kinds of maybe like the Mano Abhigata, the ability to withstand the Mano Abhigata. That is maybe some kinds of resilience. So how maybe like again the Pravara Satwa, Madhyama Satwa, our Satwa, so on the basis of how they withstand the Mano Abhigata, so that is the major criteria. Say example, how we can look out in the clinical basis is, so like again we'll be asking the patients, so how they can, like again we can just, because the Mano Abhigata is very relative word. So the psychological trauma, it varies from person to person, so but varies from the content to content, and everyone has core components. Anything that hurts the core components become the severe Mano Abhigata. Anyway, clinically we can make a judgment that the Mano Abhigata can be, the trauma can be, psychological trauma can be mild, moderate and severe. So if towards is mild, moderate and severe, what will the person's reaction? That is again, say example, we begin with the our Satwa from the baseline. So our Satwa is a person even for the day-to-day minor events, like what is occurring in the day-to-day events. So even the person's like is unable to tolerate, so like a lot of chinta is there, a lot of shoka is there, and there's a lot of disturbance to quality of life, etc. Even for minor day-to-day events that are occurring. So like even that is producing symptom of this, that's one. For moderate, he gets a lot disturbed, and maybe for the severe traumas, he'll be totally in the disturbed state. So where he himself cannot overcome it, he needs the support of others, and so that's going to produce a lot of symptomatologies. So a lot of disturbance to professional or maybe quality of life or social and other factors. So this we can consider as maybe like the most lowest, that's our Satwa. Maybe similarly like again comes to Madhyam Satwa. So like again there is slight, maybe the Bala is increased. So where the person can handle the minor events with comfort, but for the Madhyama psychological traumas, he is going to get disturbed. So and again he is going to get recovered. So like again of course by himself he can't recover. With the help of the support he is going to recover. So but again for our components he is able to manage himself. For the mediocre level of psychological traumas. So with the help of others, maybe through friends or through his maybe like colleagues or through his various the caregivers or maybe like again his close associates, he takes inspiration and comes out of these traumas. But for Pravara, he finds a lot of difficulty. But in case of that is again the higher end of the Manabala, Pravaram, when the person has a Pravaram, the Bala, so like he has a lot of strength, so in which, so like he can face the mild and moderate Manovigata easily, and the severe components, he also gets difficulty, but again he by his own capability, his own will, his own perseverance, he overcomes it. That is his key component. So maybe like he needs a very less support. He may needs a less, he is less reliant on anybody else for this management. So this way we can clinically make a judgment on the basis of his past experience about how the impact of how there are the various kinds of psychological traumas in his past life, and we can grade them mild, moderate, and severe, and what was his reaction and how he overcame, and etc. etc. So by this we can make just the gross quantification of the Manabala, mild, moderate, or the severe, or maybe like again Pravara, Madhyama, Avara, Bala. So next, this is the gross assessment. So which we need for maybe like again various components, like we want to go for the various Shastra Karma, Pancha Karma, etc. etc. So like the Shri Parikshas, Satwa Pariksha, etc. We can go for all this. But when you want to go for a detailed evaluation of the Mana, maybe in context of in various kinds of so as we had narrated, in case of the Mana Pariksha, in case of Mahavidyalaya, like Ulmada Pasma, or maybe like we want to evaluate the Mana in case of the Sharirika Manovyadis. So like Sharirika Manovyadis in which, so that's there is Sharirika Vyadhi like in Agantujara or Vaidya, Shokasara, and so on and so forth. Or also maybe we want to evaluate in case of the Manogata or Sharirika Vyadis, maybe like Brahma, etc. So maybe in these key components, so where we are finding the Manogat Dushtis, we tend to go for a detailed evaluation Maybe the detailed evaluation, maybe in an Arabic perspective, can be looked up under the context of Unmada. So in which we are the Pratyatmaka of Unmada told. So like again, there is Ashtabhram, Mana Buddhi Saudhyana, Mana Buddhi Smriti, Saudhyana Bhakti Sila Cheshta Acharya Vibhrama. So these are various Vibhramas told in context of Unmada. So where we can apply this all towards the understanding of Mana. Maybe we'll take one by one. So the first beginning is the, so like again when you look into this, so Mana Buddhi Smriti, Saudhyana, Bhakti, Sila, Cheshta, Acharya Brahmas. Maybe that Mana Buddhi plays a key important role. So whenever there is a gross abnormality of Mana and Buddhi, automatically there will be, we can find a gross abnormality, so in the subsidy or in the other Brahmas. Maybe in Mana. So like again, whenever Dushti occurs, the first begins the Mana. So like again, so what the definition, like Chakrapani adds to that Mana Brahma is, so like again, so Mana Brahma, so like again, Chintya, like Chintya, Achintyat Chintya, or Manasasya Chintyam Avtara. So like what he says is again, so like when there's a person does the excessive thinking, uncalled thinking, abnormal thinking, or maybe like again, even the content of the thought, like in Chintya Vichara, we are disturbed, so then we can say that this gross Mana involved. So like this is the key process of starting of any diseases. So whenever any situation occurs, any event occurs, the way we look into the events, we start the Chintya, Vichara, Vaidya, Sankalpa, and so on and so forth. And this thought process, if it is not being guarded by our Buddhi or even the Satwa, so this content of the thoughts will be again modified by the Managata factors like Satwa, Raja and Tama. Depending upon that, so this Managata factor, the thought process goes on changing, and depending upon that, the mood, emotions also go on changing. And we may tend to make the judgment on the basis of maybe like an emotion judgment, or maybe like again, if the Satwa is there, so then we will be making the more realistic and the truthful interpretations, understanding. But whereas if it is Raja and Tama, so we are going to get the perverted or deranged thoughts, and the succeeding thoughts, connecting thoughts goes accordingly. So that is maybe like again the gross understanding of Mana Brahma. So which is a major implied in various kinds of diseases, like we have the anxiety disorder or depression or other disorders, etc. So but again come to the Buddhi Brahmasya. So like again when you look into Buddhi Brahmasya, so like again Buddhi Brahmasya what? So we have the information is Nitya Anitya. So Priya Apriya and Vishama Abhidvesha. So there is all this Nitya Anitya, Priya Apriya. So like Dhyasa Buddhi Brahmasya, Sama Buddhi Paschati. That is when you look into Buddhi. So Buddhi is again the Sama Paschati. That is Sama is, so we have to see the things as truthful, as real as that possible. So like again by looking into events, so we try to with our maybe like again Satwa Rajatama, or maybe our various the Smriti and the past experiences, we tend to make our the start process, thought process, we tend to make our own judgment and make our own conclusions and so on and so forth. So people view the informations or the people make the interpretation in a different way and make their own judgment. That is, they may prior maybe like the buddhi or prior judgment they have made, and so on that basis, so like again the carry forward occurs and things cascadingly things go on occurring. So like again when you are looking into various the Manogat Vikara, like there are interpersonal conflicts, so where cumulatively, so maybe like couple or maybe like in family level, etc. So this the Manodushti and Buddhi Dushti goes on cascading and we have cumulative effect. So the person tend to make various kinds of bounty errors. So various the abnormal perceptions, interpretation abnormalities, similar judgment abnormalities, and this lead to again a lot of other factors like lack of communication skills, social changes, maladaptive and reduced coping abilities, and so on and so forth. So this goes on cascadingly, it goes into community go-adding. So this lead to the various abnormalities. Similarly, when you look into the next component is the Saudhya Vibramsha. So like again, there is Saudhya Dhyana, that is, so like again, Saudhya is Nama Ullekadi Dhyanam, or so like again, we have the Agnyadinam Dahanam Na Buddhiti. So when you look into Saudhya Brahma, so we have two factors explained. So one is the Nama Ulleka Dhyana, that is, maybe like we can understand that in the forms of orientation of place, name, place, person, etc. Or we can look into Saudhya on the other way also. So in which we have the Vibhrama of, that is whenever the sensitive deficits, Agnyadhi Dahana, the sensory deficits again, whenever there is a, so like in Saudhya, now maybe like to various kinds of stronger stimuli like Agni, etc., the person will not respond. Similarly, we have the Smriti Absorption. Smriti is again, we know that all, the Nasparati. That's again, or Ayata Smrati. Maybe like again, what we have experience from Charaka Sharira, like Puttradinam Vinashottam Swavad. So like again, whenever, because Smriti we have so memory, and on the basis of Smriti, so like again, whenever the person is so like again free from his schedule, etc. So this Smriti again they are able to the crop up, and the person is going to think accordingly. So if he has a traumatic memory or traumatic events or remediation of this, so again only lead to various kinds of the Smriti, that is the Raja Tamagata Chintya Vichara, so they go on adding up. So like again, whenever, say example, Charak has mentioned, like again, the Puttradhan Vinashottam. So death of the son can be considered one of the major trauma to any of the parents. So this death of a son, so like if you make a Smriti that it is Subhava, or otherwise you make a Smriti that again it is a, so like again, it can lead to, so Raja and Tama, so it can lead to any of the, so like again, various Manogati Vyadhis, and so this only like again Mano Abhigata is there. So this grief is not so like again contained by Raja and Tama. So this grief will only lead to various kind of depression. Otherwise, if you have considered as by Swabhava, so again it's quite natural that any person is going to die. And by that, so by Satwa, so this Raja and Tama, so Dushti goes decreasing, so that it will not lead to the Smriti Absorption and the succeeding Vaidis. Similarly, so we have the next one is the Bhakti or the Vibration. So like again, so what Bhakti Vibration is, Tatra Vibhavat Tatra Icha, Purva Masin Tatra Nicha Bhavati. So like again, whatever the desires he has in the earlier, maybe like when you look into the Purva Kalana Adyatana. So whatever the desires he has, Purva Masin, so again quite change. So like again, we have to compare it to his pre-morbid state to the current state, maybe through the various kinds of, if the patient has like again, if the insight is adequate, or orientation etc. is adequate, if the patient is reliable, so we ask the patients what was his, so like again bhakti etc. before pre-morbid state and the morbid state, or otherwise through various informers we collect the information, maybe through guardians or whatever, whoever is there, we collect the information what before the morbid state, what was his kinds of desires, maybe like desire or the wishes for interest, maybe like again, so where we have the interest for food, dress, sex, entertainment etc. and what has changed. Similarly, we have another component is the Shri Brahma. So like again, Shri Brahma, Krodha, like again, Akrodhano, Krodha Bhavati. Maybe like again, when we have, so like again, so temperament, so his psychological temperament is disturbed, like the person who was Akrodhana become Krodhana, or the person who was, so like psychological mood wise stabilized, become irritable, so impulsive, etc. So or people like again, the person who has to have a, so like again, adequate personal care, etc. Still that care is disturbed, etc. By this we can come to know the Shri Brahma. Similarly, next component is Chesta Brahma. So like again, Chesta Brahma, so Anuchita Chesta Bhavati. So like we have the, so like again, when there is a psychomotor abnormality. So like again, so like when there is a abnormality in this, like Anuchita Chesta. So like when there is general motor activity abnormality, maybe his speech, facial expression, posturing. So like again, we have a few of the Lakshanas explained in context of various kinds of Urmada, like Asthane Rodham, or Asthane Gayan, Asthane Nartana, or so like in various, so in the Vada, Gana or whatever, so various kinds of, so when there is a, so like again, the person is not modulating to the requirement of time, place or person. So when, so like again, Anuchita Chesta is person is doing, so then maybe like it is a, like the Chesta Brahma. Similarly, like again, if there is a improper, the personal care, so improper grooming, improper, so maybe like it can be a decreased personal hygiene, or maybe the different kinds of chesta like so grandiosity, or maybe like you have other kinds of chesta brahmas. So like again, or maybe like again the other factors like it can be ati chesta or even achesta. So like again, maybe like we look into that, so ati paribhrahmana or alpachankrama etc. etc. So this can all lead to chesta brahma. Similarly, maybe the last one is the acharya brahma. So like when you look into acharya, so what acharya explains is shastra shiksha kruta vivahara. So that's again the vivahara what we have learned through shastra and shiksha kruta. So that's again maybe like in acharyas we can consider as a personal social standards. So like again which we have learned both through active and passive way. Maybe like again when we have so like shastra, that is So like again through the learned behavior, so like again how we get through the various kinds of learning procedures, we tend to learn, so like again tend to imitate the various learned peoples, and Shiksha Kruta or through the educational style, so like again through upliftment, so like again or the cultural and maybe like again the social, so we tend to learn various components. So our acharya, our conduct, maybe like again influenced by so various kinds of personal social standards, and so any kinds of the derangement in this, so that can lead to the abnormality in the ethics, moral, and maybe like again this kinds of a very conducive the modification of acharya is maybe like acharya sign. So I think with this, so we will just summarize. So we have just looked into so how we have to do the Pariksha, which is very much required, so which has a huge scope in all the perspectives, and maybe like for both the Prakruta as well as Vaikruta, for all the physicians of Manasa Roga or physicians of so Manasa Roguri or like background, Manasa like again the Mahavidyas or to other physicians. So again we can just generalize. So maybe we will be looking into the Manas Pariksha from the gross perspective. That's where we do the Manabala Pariksha, Satwa. That is again Satwa, that is Pravara, Madhyamavara on the basis of the Manovigata. So how the, if again we do the grading of Manovigata. So like again, if the Manovigata is, so like the Pravara, Madhyamavara, and what will be his, the Avigata to the Mana of the person. So to what extent he is deranged. That's one. Second one is, so like again, what will be the symptoms? So like again, maybe like in, so like again, like Manogata, Sharirigata, or his effects on profession, or his effects on social, or so like again, so in all perspective, his quality of life is deranged. And next the recovery process, how the person does recovery, and how much time is required, and what consequence required, and by self initiatives, etc. We look at that is the so gross perspective of the Manabala. So next one is the more maybe like again the proactive approach in understanding of Mana evaluation of Mana is the Ashta Brahma, that is the Mana, Buddhi, Smriti, Saudhyadama, Bhakti, Shila, Cheshta, Acharya, Brahma. So which so like again have been very beautifully explained by so Chakrapani and Charaka. So that gives a lot of insights in understanding the Mana, and that will help in maybe like understanding the whole the mental health of the person. And so this can be utilized for our constructing of Samprapti and for diagnostic, as well as so like again constructing the various key components towards the Satwa, so like again, or even to some extent about the Daiva Pasha Chikitsa, so where we can take up and use for our therapy purpose.